Hello Internet, welcome to a quick and comprehensive review of the Bulova Marine Star 200 meters. I've had this watch for about 6 months, so I thought I'd give my impressions of it up to this point. The design seems to draw influences from several different watch brands. The hands look similar to an Audemars Piguet diver, as you can see here, and the second hand looks similar to what you would see on an Omega Seamaster 300, which is shown right here. Finally, this watch's dial and bezel obviously draw their design influences from the Rolex Sea Dweller, which can be seen right here. Overall, I think this watch looks pretty good. The design elements fit together well, and it looks pretty good, especially considering it costs about $150. It's not quite as cool as a mechanical watch, which Bulova does sell. You can get marine dive watches from Bulova, but a quartz watch is a good way to get a cheap and accurate watch to use for diving. The screw-down crown is protected by two crown guards. The screw function is necessary for a dive watch just to ensure no water gets in there. It has a date set function, which this takes a little while if you haven't worn it and the battery's gone down. And one more click gets you to the hand set function, which this goes pretty fast for setting the time, and it's pretty smooth and easy to operate. So it's a nice function there. The rubber strap and the clasp also make it a little difficult to put on. The higher end watches have the nice pop clasp with their strap watches, which are a little nicer than the typical clasp. It fits pretty well on the wrist. All the rubber is a little stiff, so if you have it sitting up higher, it'll float above your wrist and not quite sit on it, which that's okay. I typically wear my Speedmaster as my everyday watch, and I usually only wear this when I'm swimming or diving, really. So it doesn't have to be too comfortable all the time, and the crown does get in a little way, but overall it's a pretty comfortable watch. I don't wear it every day, but you could, and it'd make a nice daily wear. The case is pretty slim, which helps for comfort, and the little pivots on the bezel help make it pretty nice to turn. It's a little harder to turn than a Rolex, but it's still pretty nice. And it also works well to time your dives. This is a 72 click bezel, so you're not going to get quite on the minute mark, and it doesn't have 120 like Rolex does, but you can still get a nice timing for all your dives. As you can see with Lume, the Speedmaster Super Luminova is quite a bit brighter than what the Bulova has, but this is okay, especially when you consider the price. And diving, it remains pretty legible as long as you don't do too much night stuff. Scratch-wise, this watch has held up pretty well. There aren't any major scratches on it, which I'm pretty impressed by. I haven't worn it quite as much as my Speedmaster, but the PVD coating has done pretty well. Because it's polished, it does pick up fingerprints pretty easily, but just one wipe of your finger can pretty much get rid of that. Overall, this is a pretty good dive watch. You can use it as a backup to your computer or just as an everyday wear. I use it mostly for swimming and diving, and it works pretty well for diving. It's pretty legible, and the bezel is really nice for timing dives, just as a backup in case your computer does fail. This has been a review of the Bulova Marine Star 200 meter diver. If you like this video, please like or subscribe. I should have more watch reviews coming out soon, and you can find links right around here to other watch videos, or watch the rest of the videos in my On the Wrist playlist. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it.